Hey everybody, it's Emmitt at the Solar Farm Summit 2025. You know me from the What's Up Solar podcast and my company, SE Power Consulting, where if you need a fractional trainer, I'm the one you come to see. So I was walking by this booth and this word jumped out. Actually, it was her hair. Jumped out at me. Endophyte assisted phytoremediation. So Renee, what does that mean?
Okay, so phytoremediation is using trees in order to clean up contamination.
Okay.
Using these natural abilities that plants have to break down contamination.
Okay.
Endophyte-assisted phytoremediation is when we pair trees with specialized microbes that break down certain contaminations. So we can basically augment the trees with microbes that makes them faster at breaking down contamination and also more tolerant.
Are you an ecology nerd?
Yes.
Kirby, what about you? Are you an ecology nerd too?
I'm actually a geologist,
Whoa.
but definitely still an ecology nerd.
So, you know, geology is a big field. What brought you to this particular?
Well, with my geology degree, I ended up getting a job in environmental consulting.
Okay.
So doing a lot of hydrogeological assessments, looking at contamination, fate and transport. And in my experience, I did a lot of remediation. And I was introduced to phytoremediation and other nature-based remediation technologies. And I just kept asking, why aren't we doing more of this? So I kind of went down a rabbit hole. I started looking more into nature-based methods and phytoremediation, and then I met Renee and ended up establishing a relationship with Intrinsyx Environmental, and just
The rest is history. She's on our team now.
just organically grew into a passion for phyto.
So this is a question that I ask everyone. Who's your perfect customer?
Oh gosh, I do have a perfect customer.
And if a business knows their perfect customer, you can't get any better than that, because you know who you serve and you know how to serve, or you can at least figure out how to serve them. So who is your perfect customer?
So first of all, it's a big site. Very big site.
Big site. She said it's a big site.
Big site. Specifically with organic compound contamination, so like hydrocarbons or chlorinated solvents, because we have the most expertise in those areas.
Okay.
But I would like a client that ideally not only wants to remediate, but also wants to push that a little bit further into more of the restorative areas, where they want to bring back native vegetation, improve biodiversity. There are so many ecological issues that we're facing these days, and if we can both remediate but restore at the same time, we're really next leveling remediation.
Is this your company? Because she's selling it.
No, but it is my dream company.
Okay.
I actually had a midlife reboot where I left the fashion industry, hearing about this, NASA actually talking about phytoremediation.
What were you doing you said fashion industry?
I was in the fashion.
What did you, come on. I got to ask, what'd you do?
I was in the luxury bridal business, and I had my own company.
I was in the bridal business too. It's so lucrative. You can tell I was an entertainer. Not that kind of entertainer. I was a DJ.
I was going to say, is that going on camera?
Yes, but I did, after some time, I started feeling like I was selling the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And I started spending more time in nature, and I just knew I couldn't spend the rest of my life selling what I was selling in that industry.
Yeah.
And NASA inspired me to completely change my career and go back to school and become a scientist. And
all right.
Here I am.
So I want you to explain it to me like I'm 5.
Yeah.
Paint me a picture of the site, how it looks before you get involved. So maybe something in somebody's neighborhood, maybe an old, like we're in the Rust Belt here. So are you referring to like these old plant sites or manufacturing sites that they've torn this down, but because of all the contaminants of manufacturing automobiles or some kind of pipe or steel, it's a brownfield now?
So there are many different ways that we can explore using phytoremediation, but Brownfields is a really great example of, and now Brownfields is just a site that is suspected of being contaminated, and oftentimes there was previous industry there, and it's being underutilized. So often developers are coming in and they're wanting to redevelop it. However, there is some contamination or potential liability there that they need to deal with. But we can go in and assist with that, or be the secondary step to that, where we can landscape with our trees, which we have done in many different sites, where we landscape with the trees, and then there's another protective solution there to continue to remediate, and also potentially plant in areas that would be very difficult to get landscape established because of what could be residually in that soil.
Okay. So as a geologist, all terrain is not the same terrain. All subterranean is not the same terrain.
Correct?
What is your scope of working? And what I mean by that, geographically, do you have to approach things differently depending on what region you're in?
Yes. So depending on the geology, whether you've got clay, sand, maybe you've got hard bedrock beneath the subsurface, maybe the groundwater is really deep, we would have to design a system in a way that targets whatever media you're looking to remediate.
Okay.
So if that groundwater is very deep, we might need to pump it out of the ground and use it to irrigate a phytoremediation system. If the groundwater is pretty shallow and you've got favorable growing conditions, you can just plant the trees where they are and they'll do what they need to do. So it all depends on, what are the client's objectives, what is the geography and terrain looking like. And speaking of geography, depending on the location of the plant, the location of the site, we might want to choose some kind of native plants to incorporate into that.
I was going to ask about that, invasive species, because I'm on the board of this geographical area, and someone wanted to come in and take some trees from us, but then we realized that there were a lot of invasive species that were already there, and so we would just promote them because we would be letting more sunlight in for those to take over. So we were like, nah, keep your money. But you made me think of things like that, because most Americans don't think about this. We are a nation of comfort, and our comfort has caused us problems in the past. So thank you for being here and doing what you do. And where can I find out more information?
Intrinsyxenvironmental.com.
Say it one more time.
Intrinsyxenvironmental.com.
Okay.
Or if the QR code's in the video, you can just scan the QR code and get to our website.
Look at that.
Bing! Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Great to chat.
Thank you.